Greetings, bleepers. How the devil are we? Now, when I got into metal detecting, if you had told me that I could get a Minelab, a good quality machine for under £100, I would say that you were telling some porkies there. Under £100. I can't even... We are blessed, Odie. We live in blessed times, young man. So yeah, this is the Xterra Intrepid Tactical. Anybody wanting to get into metal detecting, then this could be the perfect opportunity. So we're going to have a quick look at this today. Then we're going to probably go out and do some hunting with it. I want to thank the dudes at Minelab for supplying this unit, but also my mate Chris found in the ground, who created that communication, so I can review it. And then I've got a plan for this little machine in the future. I'm going to pimp it up, Odie. But firstly, we can see it's boxed beautifully. That's what you come to expect with Minelab, really. All these little things that you sell, these are all costs. So these are actually kind of can be taken off to the end amount, which is why you get some metal detectors that just don't have this beautiful packaging and this information on the box either. I'll give you a quick example of that. So we have powerful waterproof coil to 3.3 feet. We've got 3 target tones. And we're operating at 5.82 kilohertz operation frequency. 5.82 is quite interesting. Extremely easy to use. I can imagine it is light and compact. 1.2 kilograms, 2.7 pounds. That is light. So I'm really excited about it. You know, I like a budget machine. I like to review budget machines. But this is taking the mickey. This is the cheapest machine I've ever reviewed. So what do we have in the box itself? 3 gloves. I guess you probably have to, there you go, let's claim yours. You've probably got to put your email in. You go on their list and they'll send them. Oh, actually, no, these are the I can actually vouch for these gloves are really good quality. They're actually really good quality, those gloves. So I'll go for them if they are free. Which they obviously are, but they wouldn't lie about this, would they? So what we got? Oh, that's an interesting, it's got like a desert camo feel about it. Oh, that's cool. What's this? Oh, we're on batteries again, are we? That feels weird, going back to batteries. I haven't used batteries in years. Normally charged by USB these days. We've got, here's our shaft, and then we've got the unit itself here. So let's get this all set up and we'll have a chat about it. So there she is. Feels kind of plasticky, what you expect for under £100. There's the coil herself. Other than that, it's got these like locking nuts. The actual stem itself is plastic, it's not fiberglass, but again, you know, you can't really grumble. It feels comfortable, it feels quite well weighted. Here we've got our buttons. Again, it's very, very simple stuff. Looks like we've got a pinpointer in the middle. Then we're going to go through our modes here, I'm guessing, and then everything else on top. Yeah, so I'm really interested. I really am. See how this little fella does. It's just, again, I can't believe that for this amount of money you get a quality detector. That is crazy. Right, let's get in. So the detector itself is really nicely weighted. It's quite a nice weight. It's nicely balanced as well. Yeah, it's all good. It's what you'd expect from a Minelab product, I guess. The coil here is waterproof to a few feet, I don't know. So I'm taking it that the control unit probably isn't waterproof, but I'm guessing it'll probably be splash proof of some sort. The battery compartment, 2 of the square batteries there, but they give you these little fitters because they don't fit quite, which is weird. But hey, is what it is. Again, very, very cheap a metal detector. The price and what you're getting. Now, when you're beginning metal detecting, for me, and what I've seen of the hundreds and thousands of people that I've spoken to and been experienced with, the most important thing is not power, not all of these lovely functions. The most important thing is simplicity, because they just want to get into it and they want to find things. It has to be as simple as possible. So hopefully this will be. So there's our on button. Okay. And what do we got on the screen here? So we have our sensitivity by the looks of things. Up and down as to how sensitive you want it. So if it's faulting or causing you problems, bring the sensitivity down, I would say. We've got these kind of like Americanized bits and bobs up here. Looks like it's a cent or something and a dollar. That's all right. You just transpose that to wherever you are in the world. We've got a pinpoint function, which is nice, right there, right in the middle. Our volume is here. And we've got our on and off button right there. Stupidly simple stuff. So after that, it's just a case of learning your ID tones to wherever you are in the world for specific items, if you will. So a good idea is to just go ahead, get a bunch of stuff, get a gold ring, get a coin, get a few coins, get as much stuff that you want to find as possible, and figure out what the ID tones are. I'll give you an example. Again, you need to learn what the tones are and the ID numbers are for whatever it is you're looking for. So there's an old watch winder there, for example. And you're getting about 5 inches of depth, I would say. So there you go. So it is kind of, it's changeable ever so slightly with that, because you have this nice bit here, but you've got a bit of rust here as well. That's why I think we're getting this kind of like, this change in tones, you see. Then we have a good old British 50p piece with the Queen's head. Good day to you, Mom! On the front there. So just keep an eye out what happens here. Hopefully you can see it. I think it's got a bit of a shine on there, but it doesn't really matter. Again, it's the tones and the ID numbers that you're looking for, really. So that's at about 6 inches, that one. Probably more, actually. 6, 7. It's quick as well. Bloody hell. It's quite impressive. That's a good, nice reaction speed. So yeah, it goes, it's 6, 7, 8 inches there. But 50p is rather large. Now I don't know what this is. It's nor do I know where it came from. I've got no idea where that came from. I just found it on my desk. I don't think it's silver. We'll see. Anyway, check out numbers. Quick look. 70, so the higher number. But again, you've got to figure out in your own time, once you get your unit, you've got to figure out each of the tones for the things you're looking for. So we have a nice little Roman coin here. Yeah, again. What are we? 72. That is so quick. But then again, I guess you've got to remember that kids are going to be using this. You know, it's a great introduction to metal detecting. Kids are going to be using it and they're going to be swinging like madmen. And last but not least, we have a lovely gold ring found in one of my videos. Here we go. And that's a good 7, 8 inches there. We've got 76. That's all these 70s numbers is where the good stuff's lying by the looks of things. I wouldn't really, that's right actually, it's come up as a ring there. I don't know if you can see that. But that stuff there I wouldn't care about too much. This stuff up there, this graphical bits and bobs, they can be a bit squiffy on all machines. So not a bad start for a machine which is under 100 quid. Now, as you know, I review a lot of machines on this channel and I test a lot of machines on this channel. And the real test is when you're out in the field or out on the beach, etc., giving it a good old go. Notably, in the budget range, some of the best machines that I've ever used are the Quest range, the X5 and the X10 especially. I'm not entirely sure you can even get those anymore, but they were phenomenal. So I have a good level that I'm looking at when I'm doing a review of a budget metal detector. Unfortunately, some metal detectors just didn't make the grade. I was given metal detectors and I said, I do not like those metal detectors. So we'll go out, give her a good go, and then I'll get back to you. But then again, I mean, it's worth a punt, isn't it? At that price, it's a Minelab machine. Ridiculously cheap. Kids are going to love it. I can tell that straight away. someone who wants to get into the hobby, that doesn't want too much complication. Looks like it ticks all the boxes so far, doesn't it? Build quality isn't fantastic, but what do you expect for I think this is like 89 quid at the moment or something like that. Anyhow, thank you for watching, my friends. I shall see you in the next video.